This program is proudly sponsored by CRC Racing, Metal Mania 3D, Quad City Racing and Po' Boy Racing. And joining me in the booth tonight, all the way from the USA, is BlueLine Racing. Heat 3, how do you see this one playing out?
Well, we have an evenly matched group of vehicles tonight, and I really think it's going to come down to the driver. Whose skills are going to shine here tonight, and who's going to stay out of trouble and get to the finish line the cleanest.
Let's look at our drivers.
First for the USA is Scooter Roundwell in the mini truck.
Driving for Australia is Darren Clarkson in the Holden Commodore.
Next up for the USA is Outlaw Curtis in the 97 Ford F-150.
The last driver for the Aussies tonight is George Camacho in the Toyota Hilux. This is a points-based system and all points add up to the final score for either country, Australia or USA. Let's get racing!
Okay, on the inside we have the American Scooter Roundwell. Outside lane we have the Australian Darren Clarkson.
The Americans first into turn one with the Aussies pushing through.
Whoa, Scooter Roundwell gets loose in turn two and then flips over. George Camacho makes the pass and sneaks in for the win in race one.
George and that mighty Toyota Hilux taking it out for Australia.
Outlaw Curtis comes in second place, and as we look further up the track, Scooter Roundwell is on his roof and Darren Clarkson is stuck behind him. Neither vehicle is able to finish the race.
Let's check out that replay.
As you can see in the replay here, Simon, Scooter Roundwell is just all over the track. He recovers out of turn one, but then gets loose in turn two and just can't stay on his wheels.
Sitting in pole position is Darren Clarkson for Australia, and on the outside for the USA team is Outlaw Curtis.
Well, Outlaw Curtis gets loose and can't control the F-150. George Camacho takes advantage and passes for another win. I'm impressed with this Toyota, Simon. It's really performing well tonight.
I totally agree. That Toyota is unstoppable, with George Camacho behind the wheel, bringing Australia in 2 in a row. Big 6 points.
Darren Clarkson comes in second, followed by Scooter Roundwell, and then Outlaw Curtis struggles in at fourth place. Let's take a look at the replay. Outlaw Curtis gets out front, but hits the sidewall out of turn one and gets into it with Scooter Roundwell, leaving the door open for George Camacho to pass and take the win. Race 3 in the front position, we have Outlaw Curtis on the inside and George Camacho on the outside. Outlaw Curtis gets out front and out of turn one, George Camacho gets up on the wall. He is out of it, and that leaves Outlaw Curtis all alone in first place.
What a race that was, Blue Line. Outlaw Curtis bringing it home for the USA team.
Coming in second is Scooter Roundwell from the US, and George Camacho comes in third backwards.
I'm surprised George made it down the bottom in that Toyota Hilux, and there's Darren Clarkson in the Holden Commodore stuck up at turn one.
Simon, looking at the replay, George Camacho and Outlaw Curtis are neck and neck coming down the first stretch, but out of turn one, they both catch a little air. George Camacho gets spun around and up on the wall, and he's out of it.
Race 4, who will go through after this? Australia on the inside, USA on the outside.
Look at Scooter Rockwell shoot out of there. He's got the lead. George Camacho tries to pass on the inside. Scooter blocks him, and that's the end of it for George Camacho.
George is off the track for Australia.
Scooter Roundwell takes first place.
George and the Hilux coming to grief right after the finish line.
Coming in second is George Camacho, followed by Darren Clarkson. And bringing up the rear is Outlaw Curtis. Let's take a look at the replay. Scooter Roundwell comes out in the lead, comes out of that first turn. Look at him get across the track to block George Camacho there, and he says, "I will not be denied."
Here are the results after Heat 3. For Australia, George Camacho with 9 points going through the semis. For the USA, Scooter Roundwell coming in with 6 points, also off to the semi-finals. Outlaw Curtis for the USA had the fastest time tonight of a 8.640. He came in on 5 points. Darren Clarkson from Australia came in at 3 points, and that's the end of the line for you guys. Thanks a lot for driving in Australia versus USA. Here's your drivers for Heat 4 of Australia versus USA. Driving for Australia is Sebastian Wex in the Holden Commodore. Also for the Aussies is Xavier Diaz in the 69 Chevy.
For the US, we have Gunslinger Diecast in the customized C3500, along with Po' Boy Racing in the Ford F-150.
Another great night of racing right here on Mount Western Raceway with the Australia versus USA tournament.
Yes, Simon, it was an awesome night of racing. It was my pleasure, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
BlueLine Racing, thanks again, and we will see you in Heat 5. A big thank you to the sponsors of Australia versus USA. Please go check them out on all their social media outlets. For more excellent diecast racing, check out TuneTrax Racing and BlueLine Racing. Links are down below. Thank you guys. That's a wrap for tonight. Catch you later.